Hey, bitch. I know, girl. Y'all been waiting on this damn Married to Medicine review. Child was not gonna do it, honey. Y'all better be glad somebody hopped over there in my mentions over there on the Twitter, okay, with some damn cat ass crime because your girl did not do a review. So I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all a little piece. It's gonna be much different because I ain't finna write no damn notes. I'm finna give y'all my reaction as I go. Okay. Shout out to the people over there on Patreon. Cause y'all had already got this first like a whole week or so ago. Okay. And the finale. Okay. Y'all already got everything. So shout out to y'all. Now, I'm about to start watching this reunion and I'm gonna do it just like I did Age of Attraction. Like I said, for the people that may have watched Age of Attraction, child, we're gonna talk about it as I go. Maybe my thoughts would change from what I watched the first time, but we gonna see. First things first, Jackie, your ass full of shit, bitch. Okay, the way you sat up there on that stage, because I'm in the first few minutes where they talking to Simone in the dressing room, but Jackie is over there on Watch What Happens Live talking about some they both misinterpreted what the fuck happened, bitch. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. They did not misinterpret what the hell happened. Okay, Simone just didn't want her ass around her. Like, don't put your hands on me. Like, yeah, go ahead and go over there with it. Okay, and then I feel like people try to make Simone a problem out of the situation that happened with she and Heavenly, and I don't feel like Simone was wrong. Right? She literally just took this lady arm from around her and removed it. Like, I'm not dealing with no fake BIT. She did not push her, like Heavenly said. And please keep in mind, all right, Simone was approached very aggressively by Quad. Like Quad wanted to fight. All right. I don't know a single person that will be finding themselves in a similar situation that would be extremely calm with the next BIT that was responsible for somebody else to approach them in the way that they did. Okay. So with all of that being said, I don't feel like Simone did that wrong. I don't. She moved that lady arm from around her and Heavenly went and said that lady pushed her. Okay, knowing damn well she did not push you, and Jackie gonna get up there talking about some. I think both ladies because and it's crazy because I do understand Jackie not wanting to be in the middle in a sense. Like when you got two friends that got stuff going, it's like girl, y'all work that out with y'allself. But what I don't think that you should do is like pick a side at the same time. Like if you're gonna be neutral, just be neutral and say she was trying to finagle her way out of it by saying, oh, well, I didn't see what happened. And what you call it was like, well, you did see what happened. So do you think that, Simone, what she said, pushed Heavenly or whatever the question was asked. She said both of the ladies misinterpreted. Just say what it is. No, I don't think that Simone pushed her. It's just that simple. That's what you saw with your own eyes. Now, if Heavenly chooses to get upset, that's on Heavenly's ass, okay? When there is evidence out there. But outside of that, just say, you know what, Andy? I'm not even going to give a comment on that. I respect both of these ladies. These ladies are my friends, and I really want them to come together. I ain't trying to choose no side. And you know what? As I think about it, it probably wouldn't have been right either way. I don't think Simone would have liked that because the fact of the matter is she did not push Heavenly. So that's all that you have to say when the evidence is there. But I think part of the issue was how not Simone, but how Jackie approached Simone as if it was all on Simone. Like, I need to talk to you. Like, because, you was on 10 the other night. Whoop-de, whoop-de, oop-de, doop-de. Did you say that shit about Quad? Who was on a higher 10. And be very clear, Simone didn't really get on 10 in my personal with Heavenly until Heavenly decided to attack that lady's marriage by throwing in her face in the general public of what the hell she confided in Heavenly about when it came to her damn marriage. Now, see, if Simone would have fired back on her ass and said something about her damn son, then woe is me. Everybody would have been damn upset like y'all is now. Okay? So it is what it is. I stand by that. Let's keep going. So let's get into this real quick. So the whole set is the Met Gala, right? So Andy asked Toya if she's happy to be in the Met Gala set, whatever it is. She said she was glad to inspire. Here go Jackie now, ready to get some kudos and some accolades to be set up here talking about something. She had a great leader. I find it so funny that when it comes to Toya doing good, you want to be connected and be involved in that. But as soon as she's quote unquote critiqued, scrutinized, criticized, or whatever, then you want to be real silent like you typically fucking are. So if y'all gonna fault Toya for anything, make sure you add Jackie in on it. And before you try and put your mouth on Toya, make sure you look over there and make sure that you had the same shit to say about Heavenly's ass when she showed hers, okay? Child Andy over here asking me if Toya tried to sell her a ticket to come to the goddamn reunion. I'm on the floor, and it reminded me to let y'all know to go ahead and go over and get your tickets, okay, for the Ooh Ladies First Podcast live experience that will take place here in Georgia. Do know, okay? Do know VIP is completely sold out. However, we do still have general admission tickets available for the people. So definitely make sure that you go ahead and get yours, okay? Before date is gone. All right. Go to tickettailor.com. You can also go over to our Instagram and find the link there. And hopefully somebody, while y'all watching this video, drop the link down below just in case I forget. If I forget, somebody drop the link down below for me. Thank you, boo. Okay. So I had to go ahead and get that out the way. And we about to go ahead and get back into this show. Quad said, do blondes have more fun? Or at least that was the question that was asked of her. And I have to say, I like blonde on Quad, but this hair right here, fuck no. Okay. I disagree. I don't like the hair at all. Now, the hair that she did in that interview with Carlos, yes, absolute ma'am. Okay. She ate down from the head to the feet. Okay. I will give her that. But on the reunion, I don't know who did that. And I don't think that they should be a part of the team moving forward. So we about to talk about this Med Gala part. And I just want to say, Toya, you know you that bitch when you cause all this conversation. Because when I tell you the people have been in a fucking chokehold about what all you got going on, how your man shows up for you, okay? When it comes to this, you know you that BIT when you cause all this conversation. I know y'all ready to be upset, but y'all would say the same SHI about Miss Quad, because she got it, right? When it comes to your fave, okay? Well, when it comes to my fave, I'ma say that. You know she that chick when she causing all this conversation. Ooh. So the question was asked of Toya about her feeling like some ladies, pretty much, okay, they like to use her relationship with Eugene or whatever to deflect what they got going on. And what I'm noticing is Dr. Mimi on edge, so ready to respond. And she's like, what is she talking about? And it's like, baby, she not talking about you. You ain't even been on the show long enough for her to know anything about your damn marriage. But she might get in your ass next year, okay? But you're not one of the ones she's talking about. She's talking about Dr. Heavenly primarily and Jackie. That's what she's talking about, okay? Because we don't see Curtis on the show enough with Jackie at all. And Dr. Heavenly always paints her relationship out to be the absolute perfect. And people love saying, oh, well, you know, she's not going to expose her husband. I wouldn't do that either. Girl, she's supposed to keep it real about her marriage, right? All right. And it doesn't have to be that he's cheating on her or anything. But I feel like Heavenly even saying that Damon did not let her know about their son or something like that, or keeping it quiet. I can appreciate that a bit more, because any other time she had like everything is perfect. At least she said that he withheld that from her or something, right? That's realistic. And when we get to Toya and Simone and Eugene and Cecil, they give the most of their marriages regardless of what it look like. Bitch, I'm unhappy right now. Then I'm happy over here. Then I feel like that's more reality, and that's things that a lot of other people can relate to. Right. So yeah, but the main thing that I wanted to highlight was the fact that Mimi, you on edge, so ready to respond, and she not even talking about you, girl. Toya's like, girl, keep my marriage out your mouth unless you want Toya to start talking. Here go Mimi. Go ahead. Mimi, you telling on yourself, baby. I don't know what's going on, but you're telling on yourself because she not talking about you. Okay. If anything, like I said, it's Dr. Heavenly and Jackie, but I feel like it's more so aimed at Dr. Heavenly. So Dr. Heavenly is over here like, oh, well, you know, go ahead. Because, you know, I got things to say more about your marriage. And Toya was like, well, we could talk about it. Okay, because I had a neighbor coming to me about yours. And this is where Heavenly goes in to talk about Toya's husband allegedly being fired from a job. That's when Eugene and Toya got into the comments last week saying, hey, that is not damn true. Okay, I wish I knew this information, says Dr. Eugene, because I've never been fired in my damn life. So what the hell is she talking about? Just sit up there lying. Okay, but you know, Toya has told y'all before that Dr. Heavenly be up there lying. I've even peeped some of Dr. Heavenly lies, but you know, she is a fan fave, and we know how people do in the Bravo universe. They go up for their faves regardless. Let's talk about the relationship. So obviously Toya spoke on Curtis. Toya was not wrong when she spoke on Curtis. Now, Jackie, you ain't got to like it, but the person that you need to have an issue with is your husband. He needs to stop showing up in a certain way that will make you look a certain way, right? The same way that y'all want Toya to stop showing up, which then makes Eugene looks a certain way. She needs to have that conversation with Curtis and stop sitting over here trying to be upset with Toya. In addition, I have to say, Toya, you also have to stop doing stuff. If you don't want people talking about your marriage and doing certain shit, you got to also minimize the shit that you do. right? That would make him look a certain way or make other people feel like they have a pass to say shit. Now, granted, I do understand where it's a situation like, well, I can say this and that about my person, my sibling, my lover, my whatever, but y'all just can't. However, they're on a reality show, so they are going to do it. So don't make that uncomfortable for him. So I do think you need to work on that. In addition, I don't understand the purpose of why you needed to even bring up Jackie's age. Like, what was that about? Saying something about that age, menopause or whatever. I'm like, I don't think that's cool, right? I understand that Toya is about to be 50 if she's not already 50 and she looks amazing. So she feels like she could say these things. And I disagree. I don't feel like that's a factor in the conversation at hand. If anything, history would be based on the friendship and stuff, and how things may have happened on the show. But I don't think that was right to say anything about Jackie's age. And Jackie said, Jackie told Toya, she said it looks good on some of Jackie said it looks good on some of us when it comes to age. And it's like, first of all, Jackie, it looks good on all of y'all. Every single woman sitting on that couch is absolutely stunning. I don't care. They are. Every single one of them. I may not like certain hair choices or whatever the case, but all of these ladies are beautiful. So in my personal, it looks good on all y'all. Okay, and I wouldn't have known Toya ass was 50 years old or pushing 50 or whatever had she not said it out her mouth. Okay, I thought she was on the opposite end of the 40s. Okay, but I think all of y'all look gorgeous. So I mean, like, what the hell is we doing, girl? Hey, excuse me, how y'all doing? Y'all remember how y'all say Toya don't take accountability? Oh, okay, yeah, it's because y'all have selective hearing. She literally just sat on this stage and talked about that day and said that she acted horribly. Okay, she did. Now, I feel like y'all be thinking that accountability is supposed to always come with an apology or something. It's not. I don't care what y'all talking about. It's not. Girl, it's me acknowledging my behavior, and I acted horribly. I said what I said. What else is going on? Yeah. Okay. Baby, Toya and Mimi over here going back and forth on how Toya showed up at the house and stuff, and how Mimi said that she was the first one to leave. And Toya said, nah, you was the first one asked to leave. And then Mimi said that she had nothing to say. And then Andy said, well, you did say that it was cringy and their marriage was something else. And she said, no, I said that it was cringy to watch. Oh, because I think Mimi was like, oh, I would never. And I'm like, okay, Mimi. A lot of them sitting up there on this stage thinking they would never until they all had their time on this damn show. So stay on the show long enough, and it definitely will be your time, because you can't be on the show. And you can be on the show, because if those are your honest thoughts and your critique of the marriage, just understand that when it's your turn, they're going to be on your ass, love. There isn't a single woman sitting on this stage that hasn't had some feedback about their relationship. And it's going to come a time where you're going to feel uncomfortable, okay? But they're pretty much going back and forth about her getting up and leaving or whatever, and Toya feels like Mimi could have kept some stuff to herself, but she was up there gossiping or whatever. And Mimi's like, no, I left. And it's like, no, you was up there gossiping, but you probably felt like it was like, I mean, it wasn't no big deal to you, because I mean, shit, Heavenly was over there talking shit. And if one of your closest friends is Heavenly, shit, you just thinking that you just operating in the norm, just saying whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I don't feel like Toya and Eugene should have been up there hooping and damn hollering either. You know what I'm saying? I understand Eugene could have been annoying as hell, and I definitely understand that Toya could have been annoying as fuck as well. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't think y'all should have been up there damn hooping and damn hollering for real. Okay? I ain't gonna lie, I love this energy that Toya giving Mimi on some girl y'all next. Anyway, you ain't talking about now. What's going on? I love the dismissal, because you had so much to say about a person that you really don't even know. Let you tell it. But okay, girl. I'm on the floor. Toya, they talking about the text message with Heavenly. First of all, Toya asked about who fake ass purse is this or whatever. So Heavenly ended up responding back, talking about, you know, the size of her man's penis and this and that, and Toya's man penis. So when Andy asked Heavenly about it, she gonna sit up there and say it had nothing to do with his penis. It just was Toya was trying to come at me certain type of way. And it's like, girl, what if it had nothing to do with his penis? Why you talking about it? So Toya's like, girl, we was talking about a purse, and you went in this direction talking about my man's penis like you want to suck it or something. I'm on the floor, okay? Because how we go to purse to penis? How we go from purse to penis? Like, this is crazy. Y'all know what I find funny? Andy asked, whether or not Toya did a great job, at this event, because of course, Heavenly said, not Heavenly, but Jackie was like, oh, Toya does, the parties and stuff like that. We thought that she would be a great person to do the Med Gala, but we also felt like she would learn just how hard it is. So Andy's like, well, do you think that she did a great job? Right? So it was a slight pause, and then Quad was about to say something. No, not quite. It was Jackie that said, she pretty much said, oh, Toya did a great job. That's when Quad was about to say something, like she was finna object to what Jackie was saying, right? And then Heavenly said she did an immaculate job. Okay, shout out to Heavenly. Even though they having their eyes, Heavenly is giving her credit, let her know she did a great job. But Heavenly also did that the night of as well, right? And the reason why I'm highlighting that is because there was an interview that Quad did with Carlos King where she sat up there and said that, Toya, if it came down to her, Toya would never give her things all the way because she can't take it because I'm that girl. First of all of y'all that girl. And for you to think that you the only bitch up there that's that girl is insane to me. Okay? The narrative that people have that Toya is jealous of Quad, I'm sorry, I don't see it. I don't believe it. Like, jealous of what? There is a difference. Yes, Quad can be single. She could go out there and she could live her life and stuff, but that's not, like, all women don't want that, regardless of what y'all feel like Toya may have said on the show. All women don't want that. Quad definitely got to bust her ass to make her, to do what she got to do to take care of her household. But then Toya get to sit up here and kick her goddamn feet up. Kick her feet up. Okay, buy houses, sell the damn houses, make profit, go buy another damn house, okay? And Eugene be with all the damn foolishness. Like, I would very much so prefer to live a softer damn life, okay? Y'all love highlighting and talking about, women that want, softer lives or whatever. And then once the lady gets it, y'all be upset that she got it. Like, I'm a little confused, okay? And yes, it may come with some complaints because there isn't a single person in life that is completely happy with every damn thing. All right. It just so happens that Toya is living her life out loud. Okay. And then being overly critiqued for being real. Being overly critiqued for sharing her damn story. Which one do y'all want? Do y'all want her to simmer down like Giselle and not give y'all nothing? Or do y'all want her to give y'all something? Okay. I think that depends on who the person is, that depends on who the audience likes. And like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I like you, so you ain't got to say nothing. You ain't got to give this and then make excuses as to why that person won't do it. Oh, they don't want to disrespect their marriage. They're just living their reality because they're filming a reality show. Like, come on now. But anyway, child, I just had to highlight that. Quad was ready to kind of take some things away, but you sat up there in that interview and said that Toya would never want to give you your things because you're that girl, as if all of y'all aren't that girl. Like, every single woman on this stage is that girl, in my personal. But okay, girl. So Quad is up there talking about King and how the relationship ended or whatever like that. She thought he probably was going to be the one. And I'm over here thinking to myself, see, that's why you got to be careful coming onto the show talking about something we hunch all the times, because you trying to sit up there and make your ex feel some type of damn way. Okay? Only for the next season to come around, your ex is nowhere around. And King I'm not going to say embarrass you, but it was cringe to watch, in the words of Mimi. It was cringy, right? So after Quad gives this whole spiel, Andy asked if anybody's been in touch with King, but before that question is answered, Contessa asked if Quad did not want him there on the show. And she said, I did not say that. It's like, Quad, girl, that's pretty much what it is, though. I didn't say that. That's what it seemed like. Even though you didn't say that, that's what it seemed like. So Toya says, well, I've been in touch with King in so many words, right? I've been talking to King. King, gave a car or whatever like that for my son's birthday. Shout out to him, whatever. But he wanted to be here. Yeah, he did. So then Quad flips in and says, so you guys are talking to my ex? Yeah. Yeah, they are. I'm sorry. You and Toya ain't even close like that. Yeah, they are still in communication with him. Okay, and what else is going on? Okay. I don't understand why that has to be such a huge deal. Yeah, y'all are over. But you and Toya still trying to find a whatever spot when it comes to y'all friendship. Y'all not close like that. I don't see anything wrong with that. Now, if the friendship continues and the conversation of Quad always comes up, That's what I don't like, right? It's like you can go be friends with whoever the hell you want to, ex or not. Okay. Now, maybe if they was an abusive ex, then I probably won't want you to be in contact or nothing like that. But other than that, like, okay. And don't talk about me with them motherfucker. It's just that simple. But also, you won't share shit with Toya anyway, so it ain't like he gonna be learning some shit about you anyway. Y'all don't really talk like that. So what is the big deal? Like, okay. All in all, I just feel like King should have been there, period. At the end of the day, I feel like if we spent the entire season watching this man on the show, we should also watch this man in the finale. And the crazy thing is, I don't know if the guys are ever gonna come out and share the stage with the ladies at some point, but we do see a time where all the guys are sitting by themselves. So even if he didn't come out there with Quad, he should have been able to come to the reunion and at least sit amongst the guys, especially being that one, y'all had whatever situation y'all had on the show, but then also you had Curtis up there saying whatever he said to him about y'all trying to have a child in the first place and bringing up the Bible and stuff. So I feel like King should have definitely been there for all of that. And it does give to me that Quad did not want him there. Baby, Simone and Contessa are on the same page, okay? With Simone questioning Quad, like, girl, y'all couldn't even figure out certain things. Why would you move forward with having a child with him? She said, because he's a great co-parent to somebody else's child, right? So that's when Contessa brings up, like, well, I mean, you would want somebody that wants to be a father, because at some point it seemed like he checked out, and he pretty much, in so many words, which is what I was saying, he was doing your ass a favor. That's how he was acting. Like, this is for you. And I don't know. Like, it makes me feel like, was he gonna be that present of a damn dad with that child if he over here like he doing you a damn favor, or what? Because I don't know the circumstances surrounding the first child, right? Some people have kids on accidents. They weren't planning on having that child, but they still show up as a dad. So I don't know if that was the case, if the first child was like an accident, or if they wanted the child, whatever the case is, he's still showing up in that child's life. So maybe he would have showed up in the child he had with Quad's life had they had a baby, but I don't know. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm willing to believe sometimes people could be great co-parents to other folks' kids. Hell, some of these men be going out here being a better dad to somebody else's child than their own damn children. But anyway, honey, let me keep going. Now, I can't remember if this is later on in the show or not, but I remember from watching it the first time when the question was asked of Quad about who spent the money on the IVF and everything. I don't know if it was a part of this segment or if it's going to come up later, but it's on my mind, so I'm like, I want to talk about that. Quad, to me, was she does a great job. Quad has a way with words. She has the gift of gab. She's very good at finessing when she's answering questions. It gives like media trained a little bit, but I don't think Quad was media trained. I think she just know what to do. Right? But I can't remember what it was asked, and I don't know if they could have edited this out or not. So maybe it'll come up later on. As I'm watching, but basically she was asked about who pretty much paid for most of it. And she said, well, King paid a portion and then I paid as well. She tried to make it, I think the question was asked, was it 50-50? She's like, well, he paid and I paid as well. And I was like, girl, so basically you paid the most. You paid the most. I feel like that's another indicator that you should have got the hell on from him much sooner, in my personal. All right? Yeah, that's crazy. And that's probably another indicator as to why he was sitting up there acting like I'm doing your ass a favor. Honestly. Angel segment, all I'll say is this. Again, I don't care about nothing Toya said in front of a man that is unsure about Angel, and Angel is unsure about as well. Only for them to end the show with you not even being with the man, and the man acting like he didn't even want to be on the trip. But he also was doing you a favor like King. So I don't give a damn how Toya approached him on you talking to other folks. Maybe that would have helped him figure out his life. Aside from that, the only thing I will say is I did not like Toya asking about this woman's how she is in bed. Like, what the hell? I feel like, yeah, Toya did that because she knew it was going to be something juicy and entertaining for the damn cameras to catch. But at the same time, it's like, girl, move out the way. Okay? Child, Mimi up here being asked about her being a damn therapist to the ladies when they don't damn want it. And Quiet pretty much told her in so many words, girl, you need to chill out. Everybody ain't trying to be, in therapy sessions when they talking to you, okay? She's like, Mimi says, oh, well, I don't like that bickering and I don't like this and that. And I'm like, well, why did you join the show? The show had been on for many seasons before you got on here, and you know exactly what it is that they do. So why did you join if you don't like bickering? They're always going to damn bicker, girl. You don't like bickering, but you like approaching people, asking them to pretty much choose a damn side, okay? Be careful with who you align yourself with. You very well deserve to get snapped on. Like, is you cool? But you don't like bickering though. And then when Brandy said something back to you, you tried to tell her like, you go, you go. You sure you don't like bickering? Oh, okay. Oh, okay then, girl. Yeah, you got to work on that. All right, work on that, baby. I love how Toya wears Heavenly out. Okay, because Toya and sat up here and called out Mimi for approaching Brandy, as I was saying. And then while she talking, Mimi jumps in, wanting to talk. And Toya like, girl, I was talking. You the one that jumped in. And then Heavenly said, well, you talk too much. As if you don't. Okay? As if you don't talk too damn much. Okay? And Toya tells her, well, you don't talk enough or something. She said, no, she do. She talk just as much as you do and just as loud as you do. All right? So then Toya tells her, you should talk more and also know what the hell you talking about when you do talk about it. Okay? I'm screaming. Okay? And Heavenly says that she do. Oh, okay then, girl. Okay, girl. Okay, yeah, y'all know I'm on Toya's side. I do not like Brandy's makeup. I hate it. And I think it could be that bright red lip that she's wearing. I don't know. It seemed like she had a beginner starting on her face or something like that. Okay, I'm like, Brandy, your makeup look like I did it. And I don't like it. It's not popping like everybody else's makeup on the show. And I think you probably should have hired Contessa's or any of the ladies makeup artists, honestly, because I didn't like the look. Okay, I didn't. Not Mimi over here talking to Toya, telling her to run the tape, as they say, because she asked Mimi how she should talk to Eugene. And Mimi's giving the reason why she gave Toya advice. Toya like, girl, I ain't asked you that. She said, run the tape. Toya said, how do I get them? Meaning speaking to y'all about y'all husbands, okay? Because if my husband not finna get them to move from their spots, how do I get them? I'm talking to y'all about y'all niggas, okay? Not you telling them to run the tape and the tape ain't reflecting what you saying. Mimi says, I still don't know who Toya is. And I'm not saying I don't want to know, but we have to cultivate a space or a foundation to form a friendship. Mimi, you wasn't even trying to get to know that lady and understand all the shots from Toya or about Toya came from you. From the moment you approached Brandy to the moment that Toya is having a conversation with Heavenly, you tried to cut in on that. Right? On more than one occasion when they was outside in the pool talking, y'all didn't want Toya to interrupt. But Toya ended up asking a question, and then you did the very thing to Toya that you didn't want Toya to do, right? It was a lot going on to where the energy came from your side. And it's sad because you came on the show feeling like you needed to choose a side and nobody asked you to. The side that you chose was to be on Heavenly side. When you really could have been like a contestant, in my opinion. Like, I'm not choosing nothing. I'm just, I'm just here. I'm having a good time with everybody. Right? And then turned around and took on the role of being a Jackie Jr., with you giving diagnosis and trying to give all this additional information and help to people that they didn't ask you about. And I personally feel like when people do stuff like that, it's like, what's going on with your own marriage? Okay? That you got so much advice to give to others outside of you just being a damn therapist. What you got going on? So, they gonna dig in it. Give them enough time. Stay on this show long enough. They'll be in it. And even with all of that FS or anything that you had to say with Toya Shade, confessionals, all of this stuff, Toya still turned around and poured into you. And I feel like Toya was like about probably the damn first one. But no, I think Angel may have said something. But the one she wasn't expecting it to come from was Toya, pouring into her, letting her know how amazing of a mom that she thought that she was. But Toya never thought that she wasn't an amazing mom. And I think Mimi needed to hear that, because Mimi also said that there's some things that she needs to hear. That's why she said she needs her husband to pour into her and tell her those things. But also, it won't hurt to hear it from even more than that. And I definitely agree with Toya. I think Mimi is doing a great job as a mom and a doctor at that. Okay. And also now being a reality TV star. So I will definitely give Mimi her kudos when it comes to that 1000%. And hopefully this will start a foundation of her getting to know Toya at a minimum, right? And she may get to know Toya and still don't like her. It's ain't no telling, okay? But at least I feel like that at least makes sense to at least get to know the lady, then make a determination versus not even knowing her. And then you over here like, but all in all, I thought it was really nice of Toya to let Mimi know that and her just getting the support that she needs while she's on the couch. Andy over here talking about something. Why I think this is very beautiful, so that means that there is a path forward for you guys. Yeah, it's always been a path forward because I ain't never do shit to her ass. The issue was never on my side. Understand? I don't have a fucking problem with her. She's the one that created the issue with me. Like, is you cool? Okay, I have no issue moving forward with nobody, especially if I ain't do shit to you, bitch. Okay, I ain't do nothing to this lady. So the guys are in the room, right? And Cecil brings up if Steve got to the event and did not know that he needed to buy a ticket. I'm just like, damn, we still harping on this ticket. Like, to me, I feel like Steve is acting like they were the only ones stopped. You weren't. Angel was stopped. Brandy was stopped. All y'all was stopped. Y'all just walked into the venue like everything was all damn good. That's why he walked over and was like, hey, y'all gonna buy a ticket? And you're upset because you didn't know, but Jackie sat up there and told y'all was at her table. I feel like Jackie should have also communicated it because, like I said, when things are going well, Jackie wants the credit. She's always been at the top. She's the leader of everything. That means you know everything because we've seen you and Toya have the meetings. But when it's time to educate your people or let them know what the hell going on, you ain't telling them nothing. I'm confused. You thought they was just going to be able to walk in there? I'm confused. And even though contestants sit up here saying, oh, we didn't know things until 2 days before. Okay. You knew how much you were supposed to donate and you got the information on the location and where you were supposed to show up. Okay. Don't act like that's not uncommon here in Atlanta. All right. So you showed up. But who else knew what the hell was going on? Jackie knew what the hell was going on. So why didn't Jackie communicate that back? And let's be clear. I feel like y'all didn't reach out. Y'all also could have reached out to Toya. Right? Now, I don't know if Toya did or didn't reach out to them, and Toya also could have reached out to them, right? To make sure they knew what it was. But y'all also didn't double check with Toya or double check with Jackie, but then you over here feeling away that you walked into a venue and somebody said, hey, look, y'all gonna buy a ticket? And if you got it, Mr. Louis Vuitton, then it shouldn't be an issue. We know that y'all weren't going to be donating the larger amount. Right? But it's still, everybody has to buy a ticket, whoever come in here. Like, I'm not understanding. It's given that you just want to have an issue with Eugene because your wife had an issue with Toya. That's what it is. And to me, that is you defending your wife. And I get it. And if that's the case, then also you got to respect Eugene also defending his damn wife as well. Steve says there wasn't a lot of inclusion. Okay, now we get into the real issue. The issue is that Mimi wanted to be a part of the planning team. That's what it seemed like to me. Mimi wants to walk onto a show after 2 years and feel like she's a part of the core immediate group. Mimi, to me, wants to feel like she's a notch up or a few notches up from Brandy and Angel that just got on the show, and you're not. And if you want to fault somebody for that, call Jackie. Again, the one that told y'all was going to be at her table, call Jackie, because Jackie also did not include Mimi in that photo shoot that she did. Jackie did a photo shoot. She only brought together the core ladies so that she can talk about the Med Gala and what the hell the plans are. So again, if Toya excluded people and it wasn't a lot of exclusion, then you can't just be mad at Toya only. You need to add Jackie in on that too. Period. Jackie talking about, I got y'all be at my table. And then, even if that was the case, Jackie also did not go back and communicate that to Toya, letting her know, hey, Steve and Mimi will be at my table, so I got them covered. You don't have to worry about that. I feel like it's a lot of discourse around Toya and what she did right, what she did wrong, but ain't nobody highlighting Jackie, which I feel Jackie often goes under the radar a lot of times. But it's like, y'all not gonna come tap Jackie on her shoulder, tell her come in the room so we can have a talk real quick? Because she also did not communicate that back and let people know that the folks was covered. I had already paid for them when I paid for this. I had already do when I do. And then you mad because somebody pull you to the side. And I feel like, to me, if Steve is really mad about being pulled to the side about paying a ticket, I feel like it's not really about the principle, unless the principle is that you wasn't intending on giving shit no way. Ever. Period. Now I understand Steve when he was like, nah, we out. We not giving our money because we giving money over here. I get that. Not giving the $2,500 for me. I get it. And I ain't fault him for that because I felt like Toya and them ass didn't do that. They gave the wine. But also at the same time, the ladies like to criticize Toya for not giving, but y'all sat up there and accepted the wine. And I understand why Eugene was like, well, then get a wine back. Because I would have said, no, we don't want your wine. We could get another wine sponsor. Okay. If you're not donating money so that it can go towards this, then don't worry about it. But y'all still took that though. All right. Y'all accepted that as a donation. So why does it have to be on them if, hey, we would like for you to give this and they say, hey, we'll offer this instead, and you still take it? I don't feel like that's their fault. That's y'all's fault. That's on y'all. Okay. And also be clear, every year somebody left out of the damn Med Gala because y'all was not trying to include Sweet Tea nor damn Contessa last year, okay? Y'all wasn't trying to include them, but y'all still wanted their money. Okay. And then gonna sit up there and try and tell Toya, making it seem like Toya is problematic and she doing, y'all always trying to blame somebody. Y'all pulled this stunt last year with motherfucking Phaedra. Y'all turning around, pulling the same stunt when it comes to Toya. So I'm glad that Quad and Contessa are going to be doing that. I saw Contessa trying to throw some shade at Toya, saying that she didn't pay something, and Toya clapped back at her or whatever the case is. But it's like, Contessa, now I see why. Oh, and I think she tried to say Eugene being women's business. That's because your man not going to do nothing. Because that's because Scott not even going to try and stand up for you. Okay? Because you're enough man for the both of them. Like, he not going to do too much. All right? So now I'm seeing why you and Quad together are planning the Med Gala, because we know Scott not finna help you out, because he wouldn't even help out for your own damn birthday. So we know he not gonna help you on the Med Gala, and Quad ain't even got nobody. So we see why y'all gonna be doing this shit together. Okay? But yeah, y'all pull Jack in the room. Now, I don't know if I agree with that part. Nah, Eugene. If you were so out when you were in Jamaica, why the hell were you even there? I want nobody saying they were out from attending. They said they were out from giving $2,500 because they money going somewhere else. I don't really agree with that part. Oh, so Steve, you were there to support the cause? Well, if you were there to support the cause, why are you making it a big deal about the damn ticket? And I think that's what Eugene goes on to tell him and say, well, then why didn't you buy or why not buy a ticket? And then he said, I did. Okay, so what we having this argument about? Because it's about more than just a Med Gala. It's about you feeling like your wife was left out and you feeling like Toya did this to your wife intentionally. And that is not the case, okay? And if it is the case that she left her out intentionally, all of the ladies are saying that they were left out, quote unquote, which I don't believe. However, that's what they're saying. So if everybody's saying that they were left out, then obviously she did not single out your wife. And that is what it seems like the issue is here. Your wife was not singled out to not be included. And if that is the case, you need to, again, go and check with Jackie, who never invited your wife to the photo shoot because she was not included. And y'all wonder why it's confusion, because Toya said, oh, this in the beginning when they went on that girls trip, she was like, oh, this was theirs and now this is ours. And Quad said, no, it's always been ours. However, it was not clear about the damn hours. And it appears that the hours is not the newbies. It's not your wife. It's not Brandy. It's not Angel. It's not them. So she gonna continue to be left out. Try a damn mess. I didn't understand Eugene's point of I can't believe you're justifying bad behavior. What is the bad behavior? I don't really see the bad behavior. What's the bad behavior? I don't know. I don't think that was bad behavior. I just think that he full of shit. Okay, you didn't want to donate to the cause, but you just wanted to show up and walk up in the building. Like, yeah, we tell you to buy a ticket. It shouldn't be a gripe about it. Like, oh shit, y'all selling tickets. Oh, okay, cool, boom. Go take that shit up with Jackie. Why didn't you tell us they were selling tickets? We ain't know about this, whoop de whoop de whoop, but y'all want to direct the energy to Toya. And then Steve, again, we're getting to his real issue. His issue is Toya because he believes Toya has an issue with his wife. Toya never had an issue with this lady. This lady created an issue with Toya. Okay, so unfortunately, Steve, in my personal, I feel like you get out your body for the wrong reasons. Okay. So that's when Steve decides to say to Eugene, you justify bad behavior every day with Toya. And so now all the guys is like, whoa, because it's like, why are you even bringing her up right now? Like, we understand, yeah, the Med Gala, she was involved in that. But y'all talking about something different in the sense that you're going to bring up Toya, so we're bringing her away. Okay, well then let's do it then. But Curtis ain't saying that because Curtis feels away. And I don't give a dog ass damn about how Curtis feels. Curtis, there have been more than one situation or instances where you have shown yourself to be a little shaky, okay? You pulling Toya in your lap. You taking a picture with Heavenly and got your hands on her hip. This is not what we do. When I dip, you dip. We do not dip together. Understand. I don't know no husband that really would be okay with that. Maybe Damon because he passive as hell. Maybe. But you got your own wife. Why your hands not on her hip in the photo? Then you walking through the airport with a whole nother woman that you was cheating on Jackie with. And you want us to believe that you was on a business golf trip? Oh, okay then. But aside from that, whatever lashings the people give Curtis, baby, you have deserved it. I don't care nothing about that. All right, but everybody else like, whoa, you ain't even have to say that. He justified bad behavior every day. You ain't even say that. Woo. That's crazy, baby. This gonna make for an interesting next season, but I'll be glad when this season is over. Steve sitting up there cussing at Eugene. Eugene cussed at Steve. Steve up here like I was good. Steve, baby, you were never good. You were never good. You had every intention of showing up to the show like this because you had something to prove to the people in the audience. Right? But if I was Eugene, I wouldn't have shit else for Steve. We ain't got no conversation. We ain't got none. You stay over there, I'll stay over here. But one thing about the guys that I can't appreciate, though, at the end of the day, as much as I say that, the guys will argue like this and they'll be fine. Right? I think, but I also am not sure about these two guys because of the interview that Toya did. The sit down interview that Toya did when she kind of took some shots at Steve, I think. Did she take shots at Steve or did she say that she liked Steve but she wasn't feeling Mimi? I can't remember. But if she did take any shots at Steve in that interview, they may, that may be an issue come next season, which is difficult, I guess, for Toya and Mimi, because the times that Toya said what she said about Mimi was before they even had the reunion. So knowing that Toya, gave that grace and, hyped up Mimi as far as motherhood and stuff like that, I would think that they could be on a better path. However, I do think social media that's not going to happen. Once the ladies get on social media and they get to reading and seeing what the fans are saying and this and that, like the fans definitely impact how these folks show up on the show. 1,000%. So it didn't just go for Quad, like Simone was saying last year or year before last, when her and Quad had the issue, they made up, and then Quad got to reading the comments and the tweets and all this and that, and then I guess it pissed her off all over again, right? So I can see that happening. These two may not be okay, but I also feel like they will get to a point of resolve because, again, I feel like the men work their issues out very quickly. Very, very quickly. Because although Steve right now, it may seem like Curtis is on your side, but the other guys may not be. I'm willing to believe, though, you might have not only Curtis, you may have Damon that may be on your side. Maybe. You might. Damon might be on your side. Like Damon was over there on King's side. He might be on your side because Damon also strikes me as a person which is interesting as like Jackie. I feel like Jackie uses Heavenly to get off the shit that she want to say. And I definitely would see Damon possibly using you to get off the shit he may want to say. All right. But not wanting to deal with the drama. I think Damon could say it. But if he don't want to deal with it, he'll probably, let you go ahead and do your thing. But okay, child. To say somebody was trying to ambush you at an event is fucking crazy. Ambush you? So it went from being, what was the terms that were used? I think it was singled out or something like that, to being ambushed. And you over here tripping off that whole time your wife went and paid it. And it was no issue. Because if it's for the cause, then why is there an issue? Yeah, you got an issue with Toya. That's what's going on based on some shit your wife created. That's what it's given to me. I do feel like a lot of the audience may feel like Steve is like within the right because, a lot of you guys are not feeling Toya in this moment. Some of you guys may feel like Eugene talks too much or whatever. But in my personal, I don't think Steve is in the right with this. I feel like, yes, defend your wife, because I think any of the guys should. I mean, shit, I'm standing with Eugene defending his wife or whatever the case is, right? So I get that, but I just feel like it's not making sense. You're upset primarily, in my opinion, because you feel like your wife was excluded, but that's how it's set up. It's not to include her because she wasn't a part of the original core group that came up with the Med Gala or was there from Med Gala 1. So she was always going to be excluded. I think the issue is she created in her head that she should be included because now she's there for another season. And that's not what really guarantees you that. right? So it's a lot of, I guess, miscommunication, I guess, going on if that's the case. But yeah, like, I feel like take some of that up with Jackie and not just Toya. Because Mimi is not a part of the core group. So all of these stunts, these antics, this extraness that you're giving, 1 minute it's about the ticket, but then it's not about the ticket. Like, what is it about? It's about your wife thinking that somebody got an issue with her and she's being singled out when she's created the issue with someone else. Toya never had an issue with this lady. Ever. She blindly approached somebody about being careful who you align yourself with. Somebody like Toya, all because Toya does not want to support Heavenly in her political journey. Girl, just because we are in a group together does not mean I have to support you. That is why options exist. And no, I don't. I don't. I don't support her. I'm not even in her district. So you're harping on something that's not even going to affect her that much because, girl, I'm not in her district. My vote don't even count. Okay? Like, I'm like, what? We making this an issue for what? So you getting sassy? You know what? I don't even want to call this man sassy because y'all been wearing him out on that word. But you're getting outside of your body for what? It doesn't add up for me. And here go Curtis, still feeling the way. That dude ain't gonna admit to nothing. Now, Curtis probably would have got his ass well out from me. Okay? How do you get to sit up here and make poor ass decisions and then think that we the men are supposed to cape for you? No. You show up better. You show up better, you do better, then you can get better as responses. So you're right. I won't admit to nothing. I won't admit and say my wife was wrong when she wasn't wrong and there's evidence to back it up. Is you cool? Nah, I'm not going to do that. And I'm going to come at your head every time and defend my wife. Every single time. When you do better, you'll get better. Sir, it's evidence out there on you. Sit back. Now, all of a sudden, you done went and found Jesus. You done went and opened up a Bible all of a sudden and think that all your sins supposed to be damn washed away or something. And people supposed to look at you differently. No, not at all. Bitch, I'm screaming with these yays and nays. One of the questions was, Heavenly's political career has a better chance than Heavenly's beauty supply. And everybody said, yay. Now Heavenly said she didn't want a beauty supply. Now she said she didn't want a beauty supply store. Oh, you didn't? We couldn't tell, girl. Not everybody being on one accord when they said Heavenly tells the truth about her life. Everybody said, nay, that's crazy, girl. Okay, so I told y'all know what's going on. Y'all know Heavenly don't always keep it real. Y'all know what's going on. Heavenly opens up about her son. She says that he had a mental health emergency. She says she reached out to her dear friend Mimi for some advice. But as prestigious as your husband is, y'all didn't have any other people in the therapy arena that y'all could have reached out to? Oh, okay. I guess y'all didn't want y'all tea getting out, so you decided to reach out to the new lady that about don't know nobody, I guess. I don't know. But either way, her son had a medical emergency, and she hasn't seen her son. But hopefully he's doing okay. I think they may have communicated via text. There may have or may not have been like a FaceTime or something like that. But hopefully things are, going and getting a bit better for her son. All right. I find it to be hilarious that Heavenly said she would never put her family on blast like that. But you will stay projected and putting somebody else's family out there on blast though, right? But see, here's the thing. I fought Heavenly slightly for not keeping it real on this reality show, right? And she keeps up these antics in an effort to deflect. So when Toya says this about her, Toya not lying, okay? That's what she does. She's figured out her method to keep her and her family out of conversation and highlight everybody else. But as much as I do fault her a piece, I also fault every single one of you ladies sitting on that stage. Even you, Quad, who she's been your bestie and also has said things in opposition of you. All right? And supported, whether she was the ring leader or whatever, and supported your ex and his wife coming onto the show. I fault y'all for not blasting her ass. The information that y'all do know. And Simone, when you told her to take her arm from around you and you're not dealing with no fake BIT, and she turned around and said, Simone, I'm sorry you dealing with what you dealing with in your marriage, I would have blasted the hell out of Heavenly. Oh, you want to talk about marriages? Oh, okay, let's talk about it. Because I would have, before anybody could muffle my mouth, I would have been wearing Heavenly ass out. Right? But also, I think Heavenly, who also does not like to share a lot of things, I also think she's selective in who she shares things with to avoid from certain things getting out like that anyway. That's what I would think. Okay. I feel like she more so confides in Jackie and now Jackie Jr. Right. And maybe a piece of Quad, but I feel like with the integrity that Quad has, she'll never blast her like that. Right. In my personal, she has a very soft, dear heart for Heavenly, so she wouldn't ever put her information out like that. But yeah, she should have got some of y'all other ones. Y'all should have been blasting her. Don't just talk about how you hinting at some stuff. Put it out there. Don't hint at it. Put it out there then. And make her have to address it. But I don't think she shared that much. And I feel like, Simone, you really learned a tough lesson for yourself to know that you over here confiding in Heavenly. Like you don't check in and just think about, oh damn, I tell her all of this and she don't really, you know what I'm saying? She don't really share shit with me, but then when it come down to my situation, she throw it up in my face. I think that's the biggest thing to look at. Right? That she'll throw it up in your face while you over here sharing with her ass. Like, no ma'am. She would have had to get that work back. Damon comes on and says a lot of people with mental health are not being treated. I don't know. I don't know how to feel because I don't want to come off insensitive at all, but your husband is a doctor with way more resources and knows more people. So I don't know. I felt like the help should have been given much a long time ago. But I think Heavenly did say that they've done all they can to help him. Yeah, she did say that. She said they did. I think they put him into an institution or something like that. And then as he got older, and once you're older, they aren't required to tell the parents anything, and he's able to do whatever the hell it is that he wants to do. So it is out of her control at some point. I mean, the boy is almost 30. So I do understand that part. But some part I was just like, now I ain't doing that sooner. But as I think about it, they tried. But yeah, I don't like how they handle the people with mental issues either. I feel like they don't even keep them long enough to treat them. Like some people are what is it? 5150, I think. I can't remember what the code is when somebody is having a mental episode, and they may keep them for like a few weeks and then send their ass back out. And I just be feeling like some of these people be needing much longer treatment than what y'all give. And then I think people don't be knowing, I guess, the right people to call, or if they call 911 is automatically gonna send the police versus sending someone else. And I wonder, is there a name or what is supposed to be said when you call 911 if you don't want the police to come? What are you supposed to say to get like somebody that can assist with a mental episode versus just calling the damn cops? Y'all let me know because I honestly don't know, y'all. And once you leave it in the comments, I might be like, oh yeah, that's right. I don't know. But y'all leave it in the comments, okay? So Heavenly talk about she don't put her family on blast. Simone had to clear it up and say, girl, just so you know, I don't put my family on blast, bitch. She said she just happened spontaneously over there in our household. It's crazy. Then Heavenly go respond talking about some, girl, the thing is my husband just too good to me. And it's like, girl, what the hell that got to do with anything? Okay, you act like shit don't happen spontaneous with your stuff, even if he is good to you, girl. Obviously, the tea getting out about, or I hate to say tea, but the information coming out about your son, that wasn't spontaneous. Okay? I feel like that was spontaneous. And you had to talk about it, honestly, because it went so viral, even though she said she ain't know nothing about it, child. But anyway, yeah. So Heavenly is justifying her husband not telling her anything about the son's arrest and saying that there are certain things she can't handle and everybody's relationship is different. Well, if everybody's relationship is different and you know that, why do you weaponize your marriage against the other ladies? Like yours is so perfect and this and that, and then criticize them. Everybody's relationship different, right? Different strokes, different folks. Period. Child, Heavenly so full of shit. Number one, Simone, let me say this. I don't think your job was in jeopardy. In my personal, okay, with all the hooping and hollering and antics that you ladies have done on this show, y'all have not come nowhere near throwing the blows that Mariah and Toya threw. Okay. So I don't think it was fully in jeopardy. However, I do understand you feeling a way about somebody lying on you. Okay. That is a problem. Heavenly, I need you to pick one. Okay. First, you said she pushed you. You just went in, you leaned over and said, Simone, you cannot push people. Simone, you cannot push people. Then you turn around and said, she grabbed my arm. So did she grab it or she pushed you, baby? I need you to figure it out. Get your lies together. And I'll be on your ass too if you sit up there talking about I pushed you when I didn't. I didn't push you, girl, but I did get your arms the fuck from around me. That's what I did do. Okay. Period. And that's just that on that. So Simone and Jackie trying to figure out what they finna do with their friendship. I don't know. I think that they might end up being back cool, but honestly, you know, I've been seeing comments where people have said that Simone doesn't want Jackie to be friends with Heavenly at all. I don't really think it's that, right? I think a long years ago that may have been the case. Now, as she's grown to them being cool, I don't think it's that, but I think it's I just want you. I know if I was a friend in a situation, I want you to be fair across the board. A lot of times you approach me as if I'm wrong in a situation. And I just ask that you be fair. Don't check me about shit if you're not going to check her about anything, okay? And if you're going to be neutral, definitely don't come to me about my shit. Like, don't come to me like you did in the bus on some you were on 10, da-da-da-da-da. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Just be like, listen, I love both of y'all. I want y'all to work it out. I know that y'all can work it out. I'll mediate the situation so you both can feel like you can get off what you need to get off or whatever. But I'm not going to tell you where you went off at and you were wrong and this and that. Da, 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 da. Because also when you do it on a one-on-one type situation, people can misconstrue what you're saying as well. So I think her approach to being in the middle of this friendship and trying to be neutral, she should take a different approach with it. And I think that Simone just wants Jackie to hold Heavenly to the same accountability that she's always holding Simone to. Baby, I love how Simone calling this out. You came to me and said that I snapped one quad snap, this person snapped. And I'm like, actually, not even just Angel, because Angel did snap. But aside from that, I feel like Angel, like it was her event. She had to say something, right? It's more so the fact that there was a direct issue with Quad and Simone. And to not understand that Simone's energy is already up here, right? Is already up here with it, and then you trying to make her the problem in this situation at the same time, all because she moved somebody's arm from around them and you just took the word of Heavenly that she pushed her. Like, I feel a way about that, as if Quad didn't start yelling in Simone's face to begin with and nobody said anything. If the roles were reversed, people would be on Quad's side and not Simone's side, and y'all will be ready to call out Simone for doing all the damn hooping and hollering and yelling and this and that. Like, that's, yeah, nah, I'm glad she called it out. Yeah, why you ain't going to nobody else? Simone is now telling Jackie that we will never, ever be back together again. I think she's talking about them three. I guess what they call them, the Golden Girls or whatever they call the ladies, I don't know. But them three won't be back together again because she's at a place where she won't trust Heavenly. And I think that is more than the lying. I feel like she is still upset with what was told to Quad, right, about the whole VIN number. And it's like, yeah, I mentioned that, but I ain't even do it, you know. And Quad got all upset about it. Whoop, 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 whoop. Man, my question is, shit, did you still got the car now that you're not with King no more? Oh, okay. But anyway, yeah, so they're not gonna be cool. And honestly, I don't know how to take that. I see them not being cool for a season. I see these ladies, they be so up and down. They can't stand each other, then they all back clicked up and they cool and they friends again, which is something similar to what Jackie said a while ago. So I don't know. I think Simone is upset in this moment, rightfully so. Do I see her never talking to Heavenly again? Not necessarily. I will say this. I see Simone being cordial as she has been as the season progressed, but feeling Heavenly like that to where she'll confide in Heavenly like she has in the past, I think that may be what she means. I don't know. But that's never going to happen again. That I don't believe ever. But being cordial for the show, yes. But is she going to take shots and stuff next season? I very well believe so. All right. But that's all that I got. Y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below. I'm Jamie. That's me. I'll catch y'all in the next one, honey. Bye.
Yeah. Family over fame in this bitch, yeah. The glory of living righteous is setting in. My street knowledge and education's a perfect blend. Young mogul, independent, I've been setting trends. The first one from my family to be faithfully wed. Fuck niggas and the horses that they riding on. I see this shit from all angles like a polygon. I'm never politicking the drama.